So the claim from the family is going to be a civil claim against the state of New Mexico, alleging negligence and violation of state policies.
The state of New Mexico could be facing legal troubles after a serious crash kills a 10-year-old girl.
Action 7 News reporter Andres Valle spoke to our legal expert about what comes next in this tragic case.
We're looking at two different court cases in this particular incident, a criminal case for the driver who killed the victim and a civil case against the state for negligence. David Bizzato was driving his daughter Penny to school in the International District when he was T-boned by another car. The car that hit them was a state-owned vehicle reportedly stolen from the New Mexico State Fairground. The driver of that vehicle was identified by police as 37-year-old John Bearden Jr. As of right now, Bearden is the only person charged in committing a crime. He's facing 2 counts of great bodily harm by vehicle and auto theft, as well as leaving the scene of an accident in connection with a crash. According to KOAT legal expert John Day, those charges are likely to change.
But once one of the victims dies, then suddenly you're looking at something that goes from a great bodily injury case to a death case to a homicide case, and so tragically the charges get upgraded when one of the victims dies.
According to New Mexico's administrative code, someone authorized to drive a state vehicle must turn off the ignition, close all windows, and lock the doors and trunk when left unattended. Police reports show that didn't happen, allowing the theft of the car that crashed into the family.
The family in this case, the argument would be, look, this was a state vehicle that was left unattended in violation of state policy. This person had access to a car that if there hadn't been negligence, they would not have been able to take in the first place.
Day adding that the prosecutor's office will make the decision on the criminal case. As far as a potential civil case, the family will need to hire representation and make plans with the state to tell them that they'll be filing a claim for the death.
So if the liability is clear and the damages are clear, the state's going to be making some effort to settle before a trial.
Penny's funeral services will occur later this week. Her father also suffering a traumatic brain injury and is still recovering. I'm Andres Valle reporting, KOT, Action 7 News.
The family released this statement following Penny's passing that reads, "Penny fought bravely and with a strength that far surpassed her size and age, but ultimately Penny's body and mind could not reconcile the injury she sustained."